Hi, I'm Maria from So Local Stitch Lounge. Today I'm going to be making quilted bowl cozies. Because they're made with 100% cotton materials, they can be put in the microwave and they won't catch fire. Here are the supplies you'll be using for the project. We've got 100% cotton microwavable batting, wrappings up, some 100% cotton fabric, 100% cotton thread, and we're also going to need pins or clips, scissors, rotary cutter is nice, and a marking tool. So let's start with your main fabric. We've got one big piece plus a little extra small piece. We're going to get 2 squares out of this. And from your main piece, we need 2 10-inch squares plus a total of 6 smaller squares. And the small squares are 3 3/4 of an inch. And we need 6 squares each from here. You can move them around in a different way if you like. So now we're going to sew them both together with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. I'm going to use a 1/4 inch foot. If you don't have one, you can just line it up with a line in your sewing machine foot. This one has a nice little guide on the edge so that you only sew a 1/4 inch seam. So we're going to go and press all the seam allowances to one side. And whenever you're piecing squares like this, you want each row to have its seams pushed the opposite direction so that there's not a lot of bulk in one spot. So the bottom row I'm going to push to the right, the middle row I'm going to push to the left, top row I'm going to push to the right again. Now we can join the row. We're gonna do a little bit of quilting, and we're gonna do what's called stitching in the ditch. And that means we're gonna be sewing in the middle of the seams. And I'm gonna put the regular foot back on for this. So there you can see the quilting. And now, before we do the next step, I'm just going to square it up a bit. It doesn't matter if it's not exactly 10 inches. The main thing is that we want it to be fairly straight and square. Now we're going to be making darts. So there's going to be 4 darts altogether, 1 in each of these 4 squares. So to do that, fold it in half. Make sure that that middle piece is not wrinkled, and we're going to line up those 2 seams. And just pin it somewhere to hold that there. And I'm going to measure, I'm just using the mat to measure 1 inch in from the fold. Make a little mark right here. And 2 inches down on the fold. And we'll connect those 2 dots. I'm going to do the same thing up on this fold. And now we sew them. So it's starting to take shape. We just need to put 2 more darts the same way right here. So we'll fold it in half like this. So we've got 4 darts in the quilted one, 4 darts in the bottom, and now we're going to just trim these darts to be 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now we're going to put the 2 bowls right sides together. Start by matching your seams and clipping those or pinning those together. So we're going to sew around this square, but we need to leave a space about 3 inches, maybe not quite 3. I'm gonna leave this space open. I'm gonna start here. The main thing is you don't wanna leave the space right at the corner. That makes it tricky. So before we turn it, I'm just gonna trim the corners. And I'm also just gonna do a little clip right in the V right here. I'm just gonna cut it a bit to allow that to open up. I'm just gonna poke out the corners. Next, we'll press the edge and top stitch all the way around. Just want to tuck the seam allowance in like that. And now we'll go top stitch. And I'm going to top stitch about 1/8 of an inch from the edge.
Wow.